Are you trying to help someone on another Android phone remotely? If you're not in person and you can't actually look over their shoulder and show them what to do, we're going to give you a few options here where you can remotely share screens with someone on an Android phone and help them troubleshoot or figure out whatever they're trying to do. So first option we'd recommend is using Google Meet. In Google Meet, if you open up the app, and you start, let's say you're on a meeting with somebody. I'm just going to create a new meeting, join a new meeting on here. You can actually screen share from one Android device to the next. So it's easy to do. I'm on a call right now. You just click on the three dots on the bottom right. There's an option that says screen share. And then if you want to share device audio, you can. If you don't care about that, you don't have to click that. And then you click continue, and then it will ask you if you want to share a single app or if you want to share the entire screen. So sharing the entire screen is probably the easiest way so you can see what's happening on the other person's screen. You click start, and then you're screen sharing, and everything that you do on your phone, if you've shared the entire screen, will be visible to them. One note is do not share your screen with somebody that you don't know and trust, because there are people that will try to share screens with you, try to capture sensitive information, log into your bank accounts, things like that. So make sure you know this person and you trust them before you start screen sharing. If you're using this method from Google Meet, the person on the other end won't actually be able to control your screen. You'll have to move around on the screen or ask them to screen share on their phone, and then you can verbally guide them through it, things like that. So it's a little different than a full-on screen sharing app. It's more of a way to just view what's happening on the other person's screen. Another option you have is to give remote support without giving complete control to the other side. So one way you can do that is getting an app on the Google Play Store. There's one called AirMirror. So we'll type in AirMirror. Whoops, if I could spell it correctly, that would help. There, it's called AirMirror. So you go in there, you install AirMirror, and then they'll have to install AirDroid with remote support. So once you have that, you're going to open this up. There's going to be a 9-digit code after you sign up. So you put in all of your information, you sign up, they download AirDroid with remote support, and then you'll have 10 seconds once you have the code to give them the code, and then you can connect there and you can remotely view what they're doing on their phone, and you can talk them through and guide them through. So you won't have complete control over the device, but this is a useful way that you can help someone and troubleshoot on another Android phone. To take complete control over someone else's device, assuming this is someone you trust and they trust, ask them to download the AirDroid app also, and then to sign in with the same sign-in that you used for AirMirror. So that way you'll actually be able to fully control their device from your phone. You'll then need the other person with their Android phone to download the AirDroid app, and then you provide them with the AirMirroring login that you just created on your phone. And then once they click Add Device through AirDroid, through that app on their phone, they'll have three options. They'll have control, camera, or screen mirroring. If the other person gives you complete control on the device, you'll be able to completely control the device. Like it says, you can move around, click on buttons, go anywhere you want. I mean, this is like total privilege into someone's phone. So make sure you trust the person and they trust you. If you give them screen mirroring access, they can move around on the phone. You can see what's happening, kind of like on the Google Meets where you can see what's going on. And then the camera control, which is interesting, is you can actually look on your phone through their camera lens on their phone. So you'll be able to kind of share that perspective too, which is different. So there will be prompts to allow access, etc., as you're going through this. To end device control, the person with the Android phone 1 will have to hit the exit button in the bottom left corner. Just make sure that you've exited that. And if you want to be sure that there's no more sharing going on there, you'll want to restart your phone again, or you can even uninstall the app and restart there just to be sure. But again, make sure this is someone you trust and that you're not able to physically be with the person to help them on their phone. If that's the case, I hope these options are helpful for you. Start with Google Meet. Use these other apps if that's not sufficient for you. If you like this video, give us a like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you again soon.